Hello and welcome. In this tutorial, we'll take a closer look at how to use the inspector. For this walkthrough, we'll use code like this. First, let's talk about the anchor string. The anchor string lets you choose which string should land exactly on the timing of the stroke block you entered. As a quick test, set the 6th string as the anchor and check the MIDI output. You can see that the E note on the 6th string is triggered right on the input timing. Now let's switch the anchor to the 3rd string. Simply changing this setting won't apply the offset immediately. As you can see, the offset is still set as if the 6th string were the anchor. To apply the change, press any one of these buttons again. Of course, you can adjust it manually, but that's probably going to be quite tedious. Now the 3rd string is set as the anchor. Let's check the MIDI. Notes from the 6th through the 4th strings are missing. That's because we're currently using partial output. When MIDI is partial output mode, you'll see a small yellow dot on the MIDI button like this. Let's switch to full output. To do that, simply make sure no pattern track block is selected. Now if you zoom into the MIDI, you'll see that the string landing exactly on the timing has changed to the 3rd string. Next, let's move on to anchor offset. This feature shifts the anchor itself forward or backward in time. Set the 6th string as the anchor again, set anchor offset to 50, and check the MIDI. You can see the anchor string is slightly delayed, and the other strings are delayed as well. In other words, by shifting the anchor string, you can shift the entire stroke. Next up is ignore. Ignore lets you specify which strings should not be played within a stroke. This is useful when you want to keep the same chord but change which strings sound depending on the stroke. As a quick test, enable ignore on the 4th string for the 1st stroke and check the MIDI. You can see that only the 1st stroke is missing the 4th string note. If you ignore strings 2, 3, and 4, the MIDI looks like this, which is useful when you only want to play the lower strings, for example. Next, let's look at the string offset preset buttons. There are 2 main directions, down and up. Each one has curve buttons that let you set offsets quickly. Let's try creating an upstroke. Oh, on the first upstroke, only the 6th string is included. This happens because the anchor string is still set to the 6th string, and we're in partial MIDI output mode. As a result, the strings that should sound at the beginning of bar 2 other than the 6th string end up outside the partial output range. Now set the anchor string to the 2nd string and create the upstroke again. You can see the upstroke is created correctly. The slider below the buttons scales the spacing of the current offsets. It lets you speed up or slow down the stroke in a very intuitive way. Next, let's look at string velocity. The down and up buttons are one-touch options that apply a linear dynamics curve. The slider below sets the maximum velocity within the stroke, and the diff slider controls how much the velocity changes from string to string. Finally, let's look at string duration. This is linked to the length of the block. You probably won't need it often, but if you want to shorten certain strings for performance nuance, you can adjust it here. That's it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching.